Yes. Hello, everybody. Russ from the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well this dark Thursday. Hasn't it got dark quick? Did it get dark quick at night? Nights are drawing in. When's the fire on? Have you put your fire on yet? Have you put your heating on yet? It is the 1st of September. Remember. No, that's November. Pinch punch first of the month. And we got through the transfer window. Well done. Oh, apologies to anyone who watched the 6-hour stream yesterday, but we got through it. We had an appearance from Trevor Morley. Kinda had Trevor Morley on. Bless him. Obviously, the Northern Lights are playing havoc with his internet connection. So it was all good in the hood. But yes, hope everyone is safe and well. It's Wednesday, not Thursday. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Bin day Wednesday. Oh, it's not. Do you know why? Do you know why I'm confused? Because it's the bank holiday, isn't it? It's Thursday tomorrow. So my bin's going to Wednesday usually. So it's bin day Thursday tomorrow. Oh my God. I'm out of I love a bank holiday, but they just throw me. I saw loads of people today put their bins out and they realised, and you saw them put them back. It's like the walk of shame in the bins. Some people are lucky. It doesn't change. But for me, it always does change. Anyway, so we're back. As I said, I was in the office yesterday. In the office today, but back on lunches. Back on lunches tomorrow, 12:30. Quiz day Thursday. Bin day Thursday. Asterix for 1 week only. So quiz day. So make sure you get here 12:30 tomorrow on the West Ham Network, and we do our little interactive quiz where you can on your phone and you can put the answer in, and it's all good stuff. Anyway, so a lot's happened in the old transfer window. There's been some winners. There's been some losers. So what I think I was going to do is I've done a bit of a stell. I've learned from the flagship show, and I've gone through each team. Each team was busy day at the office. Went through each team in terms of who they bought, sort of the main headlines, who went in, who went out, and I've graded them. So, I'd be interested to get your thoughts as well. Just a bit of fun. It's not a bit of fun. I thought it might be interesting because I didn't realise some people had gone to, he's gone to here and he's gone to here and Bob's gone to here and he's gone on a free and he's been released. And some of them I look at it and go, if I was a Burnley fan, I'll be that higher, higher, pants on fire. Of course, we did let's be honest, we were high and low. We were scrabbling for content. Let's be honest. When there's no transfers happening at all, and all we get to look at is Trevor Morley's picture because his internet's packed up. Playing higher and lower or the card game. But we will be playing the card game tomorrow. Got my cards for tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Let's have a quick look in the chat, and then we'll go through some transfers. Long Dark Tunnel, loads of comments from you, mate. Loads of comments. If you're new around here, give it a like, give it a share, give it a comment, give it a subscribe. On the road to 10k, which would be lovely. Maybe become a member. Some of you are members, some of you aren't members. If you're not, times are tough and stuff, don't worry, just make sure you like, comment, subscribe, put a nice comment, give it a like, give it a share, all that good stuff. That helps us just the same. We'll have some merch coming out soon. And we actually are going to have some merch out. Not sort of a stell, oh yes, we're going to have some merch, and we don't. You got the button on the case now. And Stell's going to be on holiday, so we're going to have loads of merch. We just plug it all next week when he's not here, and then we'll say, what merch? Long Tunnel, Carl looks like he's got a bit of bottle in him. That's what we like to see. Or Vlasic even, indeed. Probably, and we'll probably cope with that. Antonio, left back and a striker would have been nice. Good professional, I hope. They hit the ground running. He comes across very nice in his interview. They did an interview over Zoom. Looking forward to the January transfer already. Well, apparently we're already talking about we're going to buy. It's like, let's give it a rest. Left back and striker would have been a very good window, but there you go. Maybe next year. Yes, we've been talking about striker for the last 4 transfer windows. At least. Ronaldo mugged to Man United into giving them 50 million over the next 2 years by failing to go to City, and they fell for it. They did. Pat, Ronaldo won't help United other than selling souvenirs and kits and scoring against us in the cup. basically. Good evening, good morning, Adrian. Sorry, Aidan, you're in Australia, aren't you? Hope you're my friend. Farmer Snowman, good afternoon or good evening to you. Pete, good evening to you. James is in the house. Now, James has told me to plug something. James has told me to plug something for his some West Ham kids game. He didn't have to remind me. I remember myself. Right, so James's son, the West Ham Foundation team play. My son's West Ham Foundation team play his son's Sunday League team on Saturday. There's too much to unpack there, but it's in Basildon. So if you're at loose end, there's no football on, no West Ham. So if you're in the Basildon area on Saturday, go and see West Ham Foundation against his son's Sunday League team on Saturday. Clear as mud. And James will give us. I'll get James to give us some stuff, and we'll punt it out on Saturday, on Thursday and Friday as well. We've also got coming up just to get you guys excited. On Friday, tomorrow I'm going to be recording a. Got the pleasure of talking to Alan Dickens tomorrow, so we're going to be recording that hopefully tomorrow, and that'll be going out on Friday. On Sunday morning, 10 a.m. UK time, we're having hopefully going to do a live My Hammers 11 with George Cowie, who's over in Australia. So it's 7 o'clock over there. So Aidan will be your dinner time, but 10 a.m. in the morning if you fancy it. Next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Hopefully we'll have another live My Hammers 11 episode with Keith Rowland. So make sure you hit the bell icon so you know anytime we put these things up. Pete, hope you're well. Gaz, hope you're well. Evening, Danielle. It is Wednesday. I do apologise. Danny B, good afternoon. Good evening, Happy Hammerettes. Let's go through. Oh, there's loads of them. Okay, Woodland. Okay, back onto the thing. What we got? Where did probably still is in the good mood. He's going on holiday. That's why. He's going on holiday. No one told me. No one told you that's because you're going on holiday. We'll get him on the merch out. Do one. Yeah, Neil T, good afternoon, evening to you too, sir. Stel's in love with He's going on holiday. Lucky bugger. He's going to Faliraki for a week. He's doing a week-long booze cruise in Faliraki. No, he's not. He's going to. He's going to Switzerland, to Dignitas. No, he's not. No, he's not. No. He's going to Marbella, I think. In Marbella or Malaga, somewhere like that. Somewhere down south in Spain. Yeah, we'll talk about the merch later. I heard all the new members will be getting a free item of merch. Well, good luck with you. James, it's Woodland School at 10:15. 10:15 kicking on Saturday. God dear. Don't mind not getting left back because we have they'll do a job. But would like one next year. I think next year, Cress maybe he hasn't got many years left. So yeah, Gaza he's only available for one game. Send me details on free Saturday. There we go, Dan. Basildon Woodland School 10:15. Anyone else having problems with the Brentford tickets? Let everyone know. We got England cricket team putting New Zealand to swords 99 for 7. I've just realised, I was listening to some commentary the other day, and they when a bowler gets 5 wickets, they say he's got a 5 for, and I didn't realise what it was, but 5 for 50. Just popped in my head. As always, oh geez, everyone's talking to do. Evening, Russ, even Rich. Yeah, live My Hammers 11 Sunday 10 o'clock. I'm not having a drink on Saturday night, let's be honest. He's so jealous he didn't decide to block Steliakos. Indeed. Evening, Billy. I'm just going through. I'm just letting you lot all talk. There's the details for West Ham. So it's James's son's. So James's son is in the West Ham Foundation under 16. They're playing James's son's Sunday League team on Saturday. Got it in one. I apologise now for the rubbish Anton would put it. Who knows? It's the flagship show. He claims Malaga, but I thought it was Dignitas. But there we go. Cheers, guys. Yeah, we put up a couple of the interviews. We had Dev up on today, and we put up Trevor Sinclair as well. So if you fancy doing that, there's also playlists. So as and when we put the interviews up, we add them to the ex-player interview playlist, so you can stop. You can watch them all. Have a Russathon. We've got the new hashtag Stealthy. So if you ever see Stel anywhere, you have to take a picture of him and then hashtag it stealthy. And then we'll do a prize draw maybe after the Man United game. Only pre-season becomes support the boys. Indeed, we'll treat James. Why don't you rename the team West Ham Network and Anton will play in a full kit? There we go, cracking place. First person to get a selfie when he's on holiday gets yes. Okay, so if you're in Malaga or Dignitas in Switzerland, one or the other, or Falaraki, one of the booze crews I had, or Love Island. I think he's one of the guests of the new Love Island that's coming out. And if you see him around at Stansted or in Stell. Or he's probably Gatwick, maybe Heathrow actually. And you see him, take a picture, hashtag stealthy. What is this show about? Indeed, what is this? We're going to talk about transfers in a minute. But don't worry, hashtag stealthy. Come on, it's time to write. Yeah, we are going to do it. We're going to start. There we go. Loads of talk. Cheers, Bill. Thank you very much. I don't like this stealthy idea. Wonder why not? Dignitas indeed. Does he still like his golf when he was playing? Memory serves. I believe so. Right. Okay. Here we go. So as I said, we've had a good transfer window, I think. But what about everyone else? I think sometimes it gets a bit lost because we're looking at ours so much. So that's what I've got. I've put together a few slides. A page out of Stell's book. To be honest. So let's have a little look-see, shall we? Let's have a little look. Let's not go full. Let's go full screen. That might be easier rather than show my. Are we going full screen, Russ? Are we going full screen? Let's try going full screen again. There we go. Let's try again. So, Arsenal. Dan, it's a great idea. Stealthy. I like it. Just the West Ham Network at gmail.com. Someone in the chat will give it to you. And WHU58. Anyway, so Arsenal. So we know Arsenal spent a hell of a lot of money, haven't they? They spent something like 150 million roughly. And I don't know if it's the same as you, but I don't think they've really improved their squad. Apart from Tomiyasu yesterday for 16 million. The rest, I think they've overpaid for White, Ben White, and fair play to Brighton. But 50 million for him. Odegaard, they had Odegaard last season. 30 million to have the same team. Bit like the whole thing with us and Lingard, really, I think. Ramsdale, I thought, was the worst goalkeeper in the Premier League last season. And Sam Johnson is still at West Brom. Would be half the price for that. Tomiyasu is a good player, we know that. And I don't know much about Lugongo, and I don't know much about Tavares. Fresh likes him. Very, very quick. Someone's had their pants down. I totally agree with Ramsdale. And, it's down to 150 million, still potential relegation fodder. And then they've let Willock go. I mean, to be honest, 22 million, not a bad price for Willock. So I said, I gave them a C+, in terms of their outgoings, in terms of their transfer business. Yes, they spent a lot of money. But I don't think they spent it very well at all. I don't think they really spelt it well at all. So that's Arsenal. So I don't think they've had a particularly great time this transfer window. And if Pete on poll, sometimes Pete comes on, he's the Arsenal DJ. He'll probably agree with that. And if not, when he comes on, I'll ask him. Yeah, Gazza made a good point. Arsenal signing B players. That's what they did. They started. They didn't. They're okay. Ben White, 50 million. Absolute mental. Same as you, man. Their squad doesn't look any better. I totally agree. To you. Should have hit Ramsey. Yes, they should have, man. And yeah, Zaki and Miles, Naylor Miles. You know what I mean? It's like he's a great player, an absolute great player. But anyway, Villa, on the other hand, I think have done good business despite selling their best player. It's a good point. That bad William bought him out of his contract. So I said a C+. I think that was quite a good C+. I thought was okay for them. Now Villa have done, I think, really well. I think they've done really well for, the caveat is by selling their best player, they've done very well, which makes no sense. I've actually put them for an A+, and I'll tell you why. Is obviously Grealish, they sold him for 100 million, but it wasn't just the fact they sold their best player, but the way they sold him. So afterwards, they then went to they basically, wasn't it the chairman or the CFO or the chief exec put like a 10-minute video up about explaining the whole Grealish transfer, why he wanted to go, all that type of stuff. And I really, really respected that because it showed a bit of transparency and showed basically what, the thought process. Because it would have been a shock in the same way that it's going to happen to us with Declan Rice. We know that. But the fact was they've already spent the 100 million. So, and that's what they did. You look at it, Buendia for 40 million, Ings for 30, Bailey for 30 million. That's the 100 million pounds reinvested straight away. Now, I agree with someone in the chat. Ings is the only, I think at the price, it's a bad move. I think he was about, what'd you say, 15 million, 10 million too expensive. I think by then, I think Villa had money. And I think Southampton knew it. Now, I agree he was overpriced, particularly for someone who wasn't, he's very injury prone. Him and Ollie Watkins, they're not going to play together, so they're going to put, so they're going to play maybe half games each. That probably works out quite well. Chukwuemeka, can't pronounce his name, 300 grand. He's a good prospect, good youngster he is. We were one of the 300 we were linked with. Ashley Young, the Axel from Man United as well. A couple of sort of like loans as well. I think they've done well. I think they've really done well. So that's why I think they're one of the winners of this transfer window, in my opinion. Gaza says, I did say Arteta's first to be sacked. I agree. And who are they getting to replace him? Vieira, maybe? Anyone willing to admit wanting Arteta? No, never, Vinay, not at all. Ings is a risky move, not a bad move. I agree. There's a risk behind it, but they had the money in the bank to do it as well. Ings is smashing it. He will smash it, I think. Lots of fans wanted him before we got Moyes. No, I didn't. We poached Watkins in January. Mid-table Villa. I think Villa are going to be 10th, around the 8th, 9th, 10th, something like that, to be honest. Generally, the striker, probably a Origi on loan or Hlosic or Belotti or something like that, maybe. Watkins is Pep Guardiola could not do what Moyes is doing. I totally agree. The Pellegrini factor as well there. I totally agree. Pete agrees with me, so that's good. Villa to finish in bottom half, we see. Eddie Howe to replace Arteta or Big Fat Sam if they're in trouble. Could you imagine? So I thought Villa, as I said, A+. I think they had a really good transfer window despite selling their best player, which is not a bad feat. Now, in stark contrast, Brentford. Now, Brentford, yes, Foe, good afternoon, good evening to you, sir. Foe bought me a drink the other day, and I met him. Unbelievable. Anyway. Right, so anyway, Brentford. Now, promoted clubs do two things, don't they? They either go out all guns blazing and buy £100 million worth of player. I would skip Brentford, but I want to include them. Or they take it easy and minimise the risk. A bit like what Burnley used to do. They didn't spend a lot of money. If they stayed up, great. If they went down, they had the same team and went back up again. Yeah. And I think that's how Brentford look like they've operated over this transfer window. They've bought in, they spent 30 and a half, 20, 30, about 35 million pounds on. And obviously this isn't everyone they've signed. They might have signed some freebies or some loanies, but I sort of go through and pick out the headliners. And again, it's nothing there. No one there which really excites me for them. For a Brentford fan, obviously they've got Ivor Toney, which hopefully they hope to keep. And then come January, who knows? If they're in a position where it looks like they're going down, cheeky bid might get Ivor Toney in. Who knows? No outs, which is quite interesting as well. So, yeah, I think I agree with Epic. Has cash reserves after selling players for big money for years, and they're keeping them in there. Brentford just need to stay up. I hope Brentford survive and lose twice to West Ham. I don't think it's fair to judge Brentford on this chart. Well, we're judging everyone. We're going to judge Norwich. We're going to judge Watford as well. Ken Hammers, I heard the same about Gonzo wanting Arteta. Brentford are after the first season, Sky Money plus are staying loyal to players. I totally agree. No, you can't. I mean, you can't knock them. Can't knock them. It's one way or the other. You either go all guns blazing and do like Fulham did and spend loads of money and it doesn't work, or you keep the monies there and the Sky Money, and if they go down, then they've got a nucleus of players plus a cash, a load of money in the bank to buy players to get them back out of the Championship if they need to. So Burnley did it for many years, didn't they? That sort of yo-yo approach. So I think nothing exciting for Brentford, but I put them down with a C minus, C plus. Fo says RJ and Onyanka are both astute sides. I was hoping we're going for RJ as a cheap option. However, Zoom is slightly better. Flair play more Sire. There we go from Fo. The Fo Sheezy has spoken. Right, okie dokie. Let's go next to is it Brighton? Brighton. Oh, we love Brighton. GP, hope you're my friend. Brighton. Well, firstly, they managed to get 50 million for Ben White, which I think is an absolute, masterstroke. And, they've come out of this with a net, haven't they? Because they've spent 18 million on Mwepu or something like that. Cucurella for 15, undisclosed for Mitoma and Schlerpen. Thank God I have to say that. That's less than 50 million. So they've got some sort of a little bit there. And I agree. I think 50 million for White is genius. And so does not just James, but NWO Police Nope agrees. And as a Brentford fan, I'll be a bit pissed off. But then Graham Potter has got a knack. So for example, Bissouma, he was someone we didn't know, and he went and spent a lot of money as a fantastic player. Oh, we haven't put Seamer in there. I haven't put Seamer in there. And we'll put Seamer in there as well. There we go. But again, Seamer's a bit of a weird one because they sent him straight on loan to Stoke. On loan to Stoke. On loan to Stoke, which makes I find the whole thing a bit of a travesty. Why spend £7 million on a youngster and then send him out straight away? That's a bit like what Barcelona do and Chelsea do and stuff like that. Brighton, they haven't got the resource to do that. So interesting to see why they've done that, but we'll see. But they did get Seamer, you're right, and well played Brighton, 50 million exactly, 50 million. But Seamer, by all accounts, was never a target for us. He didn't pass the MOT test, the Moyes MOT test. So there we go. Our test is a mug. West Ham should try and sell Dawson's over 30 million next summer. That left back, Corella, is class. GP, we'll see, man. But they haven't. I wouldn't say that the replacements, there's a ready replacement for White. Who knows? Could be good profit making experiment. It could be. I mean, 7 million. You could sell it. I mean, look at someone like Seamer, for example. You could sell him. You could sell him for if he's 7 million. Say next year you sell him for 10 million. You made 3 million profit. Babes. WMT. Test Moyes we trust. Test indeed, James. Right. Okay. From Brighton, what would I give Brighton? I forgot what I gave him. C plus. Nothing sort of like. I mean, they did well to get 50 million for Ben White to basically Arsenal with their trousers down, but they didn't then take it that step further. If you're liking this, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a subscribe. It's a bit different, I know, than our usual chats, but I thought it's interesting to go through some of these. Irunga is the name of the Zaya guy who ran out of the wall and booted the ball upfield. His nephew Harita played. Oh, is it Harita Lunga's nephew or cousin? Or is it the other uncle? No, he's the uncle. He can't. Is he the uncle to Ilunga? Because Ilunga's like 50, so it's like, how old is he? A minus just for Ben White. Fair play. In my scale, I put C minus, C plus, but this is up to interpretation. Right, next one is Burnley. Now, come on, poor Burnley. I feel sad for Burnley. Burnley fans. I mean, you've got Heaton went on a free, but they got Hennessy, so it's 1 in, 1 out. Again, that's as a number 2 because Nick Pope is still Nick Pope. Aaron Lennon, Collins, Roberts for 5 million. Yeah. I mean, Cornet is the only one I think was. I mean, I think he's been very good. For me, I think Cornet is a good player. He gives a bit. He. You're looking through the players they brought in. He automatically improves Burnley's front line. He changes the dimensions of the team a little bit. I mean, I put a C plus. The reason I put a C plus was it was a little bit near. A bit near. They've kept Tarkowski, they kept Pope, they've kept Chris Woods. They've done all right. But I wouldn't say it's particularly groundbreaking. Do you know what I mean? Well, particularly because Conte doesn't know the difference between the Umbro badge and the Burnley badge, and that went out on the Burnley official Twitter feed, and so you're not off to a good start, Mr. Cornet, are you? If you think the Burnley badge is the Umbro badge, we'll just say that. You know what I mean? I know, and we've got it here, folks. It's here. They don't have much money. They use the showers at the station for home games. Well, there we go. We know. There he is, fresh. There he is, pointing at the Umbro badge. Love it. Epic loves that. Probably more money. You're probably right. They probably do. Burnley just waiting for the drop before spending to go back up. Yeah. I mean, they must have. I mean, they've got American owners now, haven't they? They've just taken over ownership. So again, they should have. You think they would have money to invest, or maybe they're sort of. I mean, Sean Dyche now is the oldest serving manager in the Premier League currently, and so maybe they're getting a bit with Dyche. I don't know. Just saying it. See, I'm there, foe. Up there for thinking, down there for dancing. You better believe it. Right, Burnley. Let's move on from Burnley. It was Ollie. It was very hilarious. Right, okie dokie. So next after Burnley is Chelsea. Now Chelsea. Right, let's get my rating straight away. I put B plus. The reason for B plus is they are long. That's what I meant. Longest, not oldest. That's what I meant. Thanks, James. You know what I mean. I think Chelsea have actually done something clever with their signings this season. Their ins and outs. They had a hell of a lot of, not Deadwood, but a hell of a lot of good players who weren't getting game time. So they thought, right, we'll sell loads of them and we'll get someone we actually need. And in terms of their team, they've got an incredibly strong team. The only obviously issue is up front. So they go and spend all their money on Lukaku, who is basically going to probably get them the title. If not, he'll get single-handedly get him Champions League football. He's a beast. He's an absolute beast, and we know that. And as Fresh Fielder said, they have done well on sales. 34 for Abrams, 30-ish for Zuma, 25 for Tamori, 18 for Gary. Zappa, you can see him. Zappa costs for 8 million, 4.5 for Victor Moses, Giroud for $1 million. I think they've done really well. They sold enough to get Lukaku for a free. Exactly. So again, they made almost a profit, and they've improved their team. Niguez on loan. Sal Niguez from Atletico Madrid. Great signing on loan. Really astute signing. I would have had Moses. Maybe not. I would have had Moses a few years ago when he was playing for us. He was really good. Chelsea managers are brain. He seems to have a personality too. B plus due to lack of. Yeah. I mean, if they got Koundé in, that would have been. Yeah, I totally agree. For it'll be an A plus because they need that. I mean, arguably, that would have helped. Obviously, that would have helped strengthen their side even more. In the same way that Diaz, when Man City signed Diaz, he transformed their defense and their team. Zuma, I mean, when you look at Tamori for 25 million, I say Zuma for 30 is actually not bad. I think Tamori going for 25 million already put up a level of how much Zuma would have cost, in my opinion. 30 million pounds. I mean, they were looking at, what was it, Tarkowski last season? Wasn't he like 35 million we were looking to pay for him? Moyes was, allegedly. So I think Zuma is young, he's fit, only 26. He has sell-on value. And even if we sell him when he's 32, 31, 32, you're still going to get £10 million for him. It's not like you're going to lose everything. And I think he's going to be him. And we'll talk about him when we come to West Ham, because I think it's a really, when you look at everything works, I think it's definitely worked out very well for us. So I put them on a B plus. Right, next one, Palace. Another bogey team. Why are they becoming a bogey team for us? It really frustrates me. So now they've brought in some good players. Some nice players, I think. Would Giroud have been a good one for 1 million? Maybe, but his wages as well. And it's just the way Moyes plays, I think. Now we're not a team now who are what I call championship manager, where you go and get all the really old freebies, but you spend a lot of money on them. That's not like us now. We're not like that anymore now, in my opinion. So, yeah. But Ben, as you said, Ben White for 30 million, Zuma for 15 for 30. Yeah, good value. Exactly. Zuma is twice the player Ben White is, I'd say. Now, obviously, I agree with James. Gallagher's a great steal. Great work for them. But then it's sort of mixed, in my opinion. I wouldn't have spent £6 million on Hughes from Watford. Oluwisi from Reading, he was one of the ones I wanted. When I did Gates's, he got £80 million to spend. That to me was a really good deal. I really liked Oluwisi. I think he's a good player. Edouard, 15 million, I think it's about right for him. From Celtic. Anderson maybe slightly overpaid for him. I wasn't very impressed with him on Saturday. Gary from Chelsea, £18 million again. So yeah, it's all right. They had to let a lot of people. There's a lot of people. It's been a big rebuilding job. It's not complete yet. But obviously, Hennessy going. Townsend going to Everton. Van Arnold going. Sacco going. McCarthy going. Cahill being released. Dan being released. Connor Wickenham being released. There's lots of players they've had to get out their books, and so because of that, it's not necessarily as a result of this transfer window, but I put B plus because there's still a rebuilding job on there. So Russ Boss, did you see even Thames Valley Police are piling on Arsenal? No, I didn't, but I'll have a look at that later. I'll have a look at that phone. I've just realised your things are Coca-Cola. You bought me a cola. It's a Palace window. It is. They spent a lot. I think there's been the most ins and outs at Palace than anyone else, but they needed it because they had 11 or 13 first team players out of contracts or something ridiculous like that. So B plus. I think B plus is fair enough, isn't it? Everton. Now, Everton, big losers of the transfer window, despite having Benitez. That's the way I've looked at it. They haven't done hardly any business. The business they've done, I'd say, is squad business rather than first team business, like starting 11 business. I mean, you look at they bought Damari Gray for 1.7 million. Is he going to get in? Is he going to get into the first team? Is he going to be on the bench? Quite possibly. Andros Townsend on a free, but does he just replace Walcott or Balassi or Bernard? Bergovic on a free. He's not going to take over Pickford. Rondon on a free. He's not going to start. He's not going to start Calvert-Lewin over. He's going to start Calvert-Lewin, over him, isn't he? And Nonigan as well, undisclosed. But look who we've gone. Bernard's gone, Small's gone, King's gone, Walcott's gone. This is obviously not everyone that's gone, but for me, they're going to struggle. I agree with what probably Anton says in the channel. But yeah, I just don't think they're gonna do very well at all this season, even with Benitez at the helm. It surprised me because you think he would have commanded a big transfer budget if he was going, and they just don't seem to have done anything. It's really, if I was an Everton fan, I'd be really, really pissed off, because there's all the hoo-ha about Benitez going, but if Benitez turned up and with £100 million from the owner to spend, people get a bit happier then, innit? So I put him down as a C minus, I think. What we got here, Bernard for $1 million. Wow, yeah, Rondon is the only there to play. He should have gone. Yeah, we should have gone from. Yeah, maybe. Gray's got 2 goals already. Yeah, but I just don't rate him. Anton isn't that clever. Okay, steady, Arcos. I think Everton are going to try and tighten the purse strings due to FFP so they can proceed with their plans. FFP is just like yeah. Anyway, Everton mid-table definitely. Yeah, no, I totally agree. So that's what I think. Russ, I think Everton did good business. Henderson a massive score of a lot of current. Yeah, but I think you think with Rodriguez, he was really hot when he started, and then wasn't so great after that. Sort of flitted in and out. You thought he was going to be the signing of the season. Calvert-Lewin's good. I mean, he's got a good striker. He's got a good goalkeeper. Centre backs Keane. There's definitely a lot of work they could have done there. You look at some of the players who have been available this summer, and Everton haven't really. Nothing's happened. Nothing's happened with him. GB thinks Everton will finish top 6. Stel thinks the biggest joke. Everton be surprised trying to catch up with the greedy 6. I totally agree, Stel. Totally agree, Stel. So that's what we said for Everton. Next one. Leeds. Leeds, I think, have done good business this season. I think they have done good business, particularly with Daniel James. Now, anyone who's seen the Leeds documentary on Netflix, they tried to get him before he went to Man United, weren't it? And then Man United got him, and they did. He was even there, wasn't it? He was even there at Leeds, getting the shirt, and they go, "No, you're off." So yeah, that's so for me. I think they've done really good business because they bought players with obviously Harrison, 11.5 million. He was in their team for the last couple of years and they've made it permanent. So, it's 11.5 million for having the same player that you had last season. A bit like Arsenal with Odegaard, £30 million for having the same player that you had previous season. But they bought players who are going to, basically going to go straight into the first team. Firpo from Junior Firpo from Barcelona, £30 million, good player. Daniel James, I think, is a good player as well. I think they overpaid for him slightly. Fresh agrees as well. I've just seen that's coming in. Had Leeds pants down with 30 million. I totally agree. I think he's about 10. I'd say 20 million for Dan James would have been a fair play. Quality over quantity, and they can all fit into Leeds. That's what I mean, Ken. They've bought well. They have bought very well, I think, Leeds. And they've let a few of the old guard, Hernandez, Aloisi, they've gone. They've released them. So, and again, in the same way that Moyes we trust, I think for them, it's the same with Leeds, They back the manager and I think, James will be better suited at Leeds and get games. He will, and he'll get games and he'll score goals. Quality going forward. Bielsa building slowly. He's a foe. There's a project. A bit like Moisey, there's a project going through in terms of who he's building and who he's buying in. So Leeds, I put B+. They could have maybe done a bit more just to give Bamford a bit of support up front, maybe. But the goalkeeper's good. And also, but I just think, one or two. I mean, they've got Phillips and some great players, and Harrison now full time makes a big difference as well. So, yeah. Next one, Leicester City, the Foxes. Straight away, I'm going to just say big winners. We know they're big winners of the transfer window, and to be honest, they have been for a while. They just have a good recruitment policy, haven't they? And obviously, Mr. Newman starts today. Mr. Rob Newman starts today, doesn't he? He starts today. First day. Maybe someone's pranked him. First day, phoned up. It was Messi or someone. But yeah, so with Rob coming in, I think we're going to see a lot similar sort of setup. To be honest, they've gone out. They bought early as well, haven't they? So for me, Samari for 23 million. They bought Daka for about 25 million. It was undisclosed, but about 25 million, I think it was. They bought them early doors without no fuss, and that's what I like. When Fofana got injured in pre-season, they went out and bought Vestergaard straight away. Do you know what I mean? No quibbles. They knew who they wanted to get. They've got him on the list, and he's got him. And Bertrand on a free, I think that's a great deal. That's a great deal for that left back position. Bertram and Lookman on loan from Fulham. again, similar types of players who can play in these positions. Haven't really left a lot of gone. Obviously, they've kept everyone. They've kept Schmeichels. They've kept Tielemans. They've kept Ndidi. And they've added to it, so I think it's really, really good. Who's the West Ham guy? That's old Phelan. He's doing it on a part-time basis, which is great. Old Nevin, old girl Paul, the man who's always on the. He's like this. Basically, this is Paul Nevin. He's like this. That's all he does the whole game. Talking to, I know, Billy, whoever's up in the stands, but that's all he's doing. But he's incredible coach. We'll do good things with England once again. He's been there before and he's come back to that. Do you remember Lookman's penalty? Indeed. Leicester are a recruitment juggernaut. Bernie says we had the best transfer window in my opinion. Maybe, who knows? And again, this is football is all about opinions. You wait and see what I've moved it so West Ham will be the last one. So obviously alphabetically it'll be Wolves, but West Ham will be the last one, obviously. Liverpool. Whew. Where do we start? If I was a Liverpool fan, if I was old Imam from Anfield Agenda, big fan. Oh God, what's his name? I've had him on the channel. He's a lovely bloke as well. My brain's gone. Kieran? I can't remember. Lovely guy. And and he's just, yeah, I tell you what, he's I think they've had absolute awful. I think they've had probably the worst, apart from Konate, who is a good player. I think they've had a really bad transfer window, in my opinion. Yes, I've actually put them for a C-. You look who they bought in. Konate, I mean, Konate was the only guy in that. These guys won the title 2 seasons ago. They had all the issues with Van Dijk, and they haven't really improved. They've sort of stood still, in my opinion. That's what I think. They've just sort of stood still. You look who they've let go. A few squad players. Wijnaldum, obviously on a free to PSG. Massive hole there. I think the team are getting older. Henderson's getting older. I think Milner's getting older. It says here, Liverpool prioritise contract renewals. So, yeah, but they've stood still. They've just kept people tied up who are a year older now. Liverpool's tough on based on their injuries last year. They tried to appease the fans by giving everyone new contracts, but it's not necessary. I mean, bar a few players. If you in our team, if you said, right, okay, we're gonna go in and we're gonna give everyone a new contract, but we're not signing any players this season, we'd have uproar. We would have uproar. C-. Kent agrees. They will miss Ginny, massive, huge player, because he plays in a million positions, and by him playing, Henderson can play in a million positions as well. That Liverpool squad has one good season left of talent. I totally agree with you, man. I totally agree with you. Shinzo Bass, howdy hammers, just dipping in for a gander before a much needed meal. Hope you have a lovely meal. What are you having? Where are you going? Is it out? Is it in? Takeaway? Are you cooking? Let us know. You've left just crumbs. I want to know what you're having for dinner. Konate's needed. 36 million is decent for 22-year-old. There's a sell-on value there, indeed. I think Leicester really won that. No, I totally agree. Totally agree, James. Totally agree. We'll be taking Liverpool Champions League spot at the end. That's what I like. Still, if this is on it would have been A+. I totally agree. Toby's bothered to turn up. That's nice, indeed. I know it's generous, Fo. I haven't scored anyone below a C+. That's my bottom that's my bottom, because they've got Konate. If they didn't sign anyone, they would have been a D at least. But that's what I think. Pardon me, windy pops for me today. Surely Liverpool get an A. Calm down. Great gag. Last year, top 4. They're going to walk away with top 4 this season. I think they're going to be a surprise. Fair play. We didn't get Lingard in WA Police. Nope, we didn't, unfortunately. But did we want him? Did we really want him? I don't know. We'll come to that mass debate later. Man City, the champions. the champions. Right, so my thoughts on City's transfers. I mean, bar Grealish, they didn't really buy anyone. You know, they won the league last season, and they got a lot of it, you know, out. What's this about Case? What's that? Going to that chip in your case you recommended. Talk to me. You go Ironclad. Have you go to what's name? Go to Stalham. Broadlands in Stalham. It is the best fish and chips I've ever had. Anyway, I saw Duke in Chessington. Mandy's gone for a B. Foe loves a mass debates. Of course he does. I might have a bit of nibble a minge later. Who knows? C for City. I'm shopping. I'll be here properly in 10. Well, I might be gone by 10. Never know. Can't compare City with the rest. Maybe Chelsea on par, but I think you can. NWA, because you look at it. Grealish 100 million, good player. 100 million, maybe a bit too much. You know, he's a good player. Maybe I don't know. As Estelle says, if then Deck's worth a fiver. If Grealish, 150 million. Idiot. Press send too early. But I mean, Grealish went. They bought Grealish in 100 million. 8.5 for Kai. That sounds like something like higher or lower again. Manito, Scott Carson on a free. Scott Carson's still around. Carson's on a free. It's brilliant. Who they got rid of? Angelina Jolie's off. I liked her in Wanted, but she's off. Mamenkes for 11 million. Harrison went for 11.5. And then they got rid of Aguero and Eric Garcia on free transfers to Barcelona. So they haven't replaced them. And I know they're not playing with a recognised striker. They're going to be playing with a false nine. Who else has got that good idea? I wonder who else. So I put them down for a B minus. I know a few C's for City. Fashizi, you're on your own as regards to the mass debate. You've got to be on your own to have a mass debate, don't you, for yourself? I'd imagine. Who else had £100 million to spend on a 60? Great shout. I love Grealish, wouldn't pay that much. How much for a midfielder that stays on his feet? Indeed, can you just imagine? Only because that's the bottom grade to be. Yes, they could do with a new left back. Yes, well, even more so because Mendy's in prison at the moment. He's on remand, so they haven't got a left back. They haven't got a centre back. They haven't got up front. But they did well last season by getting Diaz in, didn't they? And you got to think how they, for me, it would have been if they got Harry Kane, it'd be an A minus, maybe an A plus, just because of Tottenham going into complete meltdown. So that would have been brilliant. But I don't know if Harry would have worked in there. Of course he would have. He's a good player. He's a good strike. Although he plays for them, he knows the back of the net, doesn't he? So I put him down for a B minus. Now next one we've got the friends. They're friends from Manchester, the Reds. We've had the Blues. Now we've got the Reds. Now, if I was a Man United fan, I would be chomping at the bits for this transfer window for them. I think they've done really well. You see, Arsenal spent more than this. They spent about 150 million. I think these have spent about 120 million, 130 million. It's pocket change for these guys at the moment, and the difference between that. But look who they bought in. They bought in Sancho, 73 million. That's probably the going rate for a player of his quality there. Varane at 42 million. Honestly, massive fan of him. And they bought Cristiano back to score against us. So that's sort of, not bad. And they got Tom Eaton. They just got, and obviously they managed to recoup £30 million worth of money on David James. Idiot. Daniel James. And they obviously got heated in and they got rid of Romero. So I've gone with actually a big, mainly because of Varane and Sancho, to be honest, before they got Ronaldo. A plus. I think they've had an absolute stonking transfer win, and they needed it, didn't they? They really needed it to get back into, this season. You're looking at Chelsea, City, and Man United as the top three. I don't think that's without a shadow of a doubt. And then everyone else is battling for fourth place. I really think so. Can't say Man United. No, you can't. A for Man United. Varane, A plus. Firm A plus. In it. I'm sick of the Ronaldo BS already. Couldn't get going for Euros. Is he overrated? I don't think he is. I think he's a great player. Fantastic. A star. Russ, when you're uploading Ben Shepherd's interview on the channel, maybe next week. I think Sancho's a great player, and I think he'll shine. Sancho has an injury, doesn't he? Yeah, but he'll be all right. Huge search sales worldwide. I'd love to see the data on that. It'd be interesting. Just banged in 2 late goals for Portugal. Of course he bloody has. Man United track looks like good on paper, but I think when you look at it, what they need is not as good as it looks. Possibly done that. This is only just looking at it objectively now. I think if you looked at it 6 months down the line, it'd be quite interesting to see what ones are good, which ones are bad. His form in Germany is brilliant. He just didn't play like that in the US. I don't think he played in that position. Southgate had a very, this is what we can do, but didn't fit him. Sancho's a baller. He is a baller, man. The Czech boys will put CR7 in their pockets. Well, he's going to score against us. You just know Man United will get their money back. Indeed. I wonder, they are £500,000 a year, Neil. A year, a month, a week. £500,000 a week, isn't it? Something like that. And the poor fella has to give 50% of that to the government in tax. How can he live on 250 grand a week? Take home. I know. Travesty. Right, okay, Man United, next one. Let's go through it. I didn't mean to go for an hour, but people enjoy this. Newcastle. Very poor. Very poor. Again, in a similar way to the whole Jesse Lingard and similar to Harrison, similar to Odegaard. They've paid the money to have basically the same team they had last season. Because obviously, had Willock on loan. He did a great job for them. £22 million to be a permanent signing. They let do Super Andy Carroll go. Atsu, Xavier. They haven't. Again, it's like you look at them going, "This is really bad." If I was a Newcastle fan, I'd be like, "There's been no improvement in our team." In terms of where we are. I mean, I've gone for the lowest graders. My lowest grade is C-. It could have been a D, to be honest. I'll say D just because everyone else is a D. But it's just poor, isn't it? You look at it and it's like, I just, I'd be sorry. Release more times than Frankie Fraser. Boom, 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 boom. Like that, Mandy. Like that. Super Andy Carroll. Isn't he gone to Reading? They've all gone to Reading, haven't they? He's gone to Reading. He was going to Reading. Danny Drinkwater was going to Reading. Scott Dam was going to Reading. Yes, should be a U. Nice. They'd just be really happy Andy Carroll's gone. Why? I mean, to be honest, although he did play he played 90 minutes that first game back last season, wasn't it? Unbelievably, when they beat us. Norwich. Right, let's go through Norwich. So obviously Buendia is a fantastically, he was so integral to their team. Not only last year in the Championship, but the previous year in the Premier League, he was top of all their things. Top. And to let him go is a risk. I thought was a bit of a risk to get it, to let him go. But good money for him, 40 million. And to be honest, if you look at the money they've spent, they've pretty much spent the 40 million without actually spending any extra money. There or thereabouts, obviously loan deals. I think they've done some really good business with that money. I think Rajicka's a great player. I'd have loved him at West Ham. Obviously, they've got Billy Gilmore. They got Williams from Man United on loan. I think they've gone about it the right way in terms of getting the loans in. They've done well. They need to stay up to then hopefully get the money and keep going. And I think they've done really well. I put them down for a B plus. Where is it? There, B plus. And so B minus. They've tried to have a go. I mean, that's the thing. This is the flip side to Brentford. So Brentford have tried to stay within their means. Norwich arguably they've gone for it because they've sold Buendia. And they've almost done their money, so to speak. I think yeah, Gilmore's a great loan signing. I mean, he is a great signing. Is that John Sargent? I would imagine so. £8 million sounds about right. Do what Happy Hammerette says. What we got here? Someone slow. So what we got to do? They are worrying going down. I think that's about Newcastle. Indeed, keep going, Russ. It's a great idea for a show. Thank God we finally have a professional alongside myself. Helps with me having to put up. Still, remember how happy I was when he left. Andy Carroll. God, dear, I'm still laughing at Andy Carroll leaving. Has a worse board than we. Yep. Where's Anton? He would have a story of every location. Norwich are pushing for promotion next year already. That's probably about right. Buendia money blown. It has been. It's been quite well reinvested, in my opinion. Norwich spend quite well and never go over the top or go silly. Bernie, I totally agree, and that they seem to be in the right ballpark. I think if there's a blueprint of how to try and keep going in the league, this is it. If you've got a good player, chop him in and then reinvest the money in a squad, and they've got a good squad with some good players, and you'd rather sell him at the beginning. So they could have sold Buendia in January, for example. Norwich might already be 5 points adrift, 10 points adrift, and so we're actually trying to sort out NWO's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. We haven't got a P, have we? I forgot who's next. Southampton. There you go. Southampton. There you go. Yeah, we haven't got P, we haven't got Q, we haven't got R, S. Southampton. They've been busy. They've been busy. Now, what did I give them? I forgot what I gave them. B-. I've given them B-. B-. Now, the reason I'm giving B- is, firstly, I think they got a cracking amount of money for Danny Ings. £30 million of Danny Ings. Flipped him for Adam Armstrong for 15. Good shout. I think Vestergaard, he's a big player for them. I think they could have got more for Vestergaard than 15 million. So, although they did well in Lings, I think they haven't done great on Vestergaard. Gunn, Bertrand, again, great player Bertrand is. Let him go on a free was a bit criminal, I thought. Lamina, I quite like Lamina. He was a good player. And they've spent okay. Obviously, Walcott, they've signed him on a free transfer. He was on loan last season. Signed him on a free. Viamento, I think it was Chelsea. Yeah, somebody's Chelsea, I thought it was. I mean, 5 million for Gunn's a good, for a reserve team goalkeeper. How is Aaron still at Norwich? I don't know, man. I don't know. He's an ex-Chelsea player. I thought he was. Kent's gone for a C. I can't believe Carroll found his medical yesterday. They had a segment and doctor. They don't feel it says a lot about Carroll. Indeed, can't afford to go down. It will cost us 6 points. Boom, boom. Indeed, I think they're going to struggle this season. They're going to be down there. It was a good price for Ning. It was a good price for Ings, but I think they could have strengthened the team. I was surprised JWP didn't go. To me, to be honest, you're being so nice to everyone, Russ. I am, Toby, because everyone's taken the time to talk, to message. I don't slag anyone. What's the point? And if you like the fact that I don't slag you off, give it a like. Give it a like. Let's, we have the flagship show. I said ship, not the other one. So, I try and be nice to people. I try and go for the comments. Not like Stell and Nigel today. I just ignored everyone's comments. I try and get, it's part of the show. That's why I joined the West Ham Network, because it's that interaction with the live chat. Walcott and Friesen bad. I think it's a good deal. Solly B, I said with a B as well. We need a striker, maybe. Billy, we've needed a striker for about 4 or 5 years. It's not the way that Moyes operates, is it? Could be facing relegation, but I think they are still. What rating will Russ give West Ham? A-? Who knows? I like just like Jesus, whereas disciples who argue. I'm like Jesus. That should be on like my billboard. You know when you have like, oh god, so you know when you have like reviews. JP, Russ is just like Jesus. 2021, JP. Will be the move of the January transfer window. I agree. Rocket Man is better. I also heard you. Very good. Can't wait to come back. There we go. We're a different team when Antonio gets injured in 2 games. We coped last year, didn't we? We coped last year. He's not missing any West Ham games through his Jamaican games either. Evening Luke. I think is underrated. One of my sides, which is space. I agree. I wanted Origi. Did we know, or did we like the idea of Origi? You know, I think it's one of those things where people, I want him because we're linked to him, rather than would he work? But he didn't, so we can move on. What we've gone to do that. Next is our friends from 3 Point Lane. Our friends from 3 Point Lane. So, I don't think they're in a good spot. I think there's been some panic buys. I think a lot of the money was invested thinking Mr. Kane was going to go. I think you're not going to say... I don't think you're going to see a lot of movement in January with Spurs. I think they're going to have to try and claw back some money. Personally, they already owe Christ knows how much money on the bloody thingamajig, on the old 3 Point Lane development. So for me, I think this is the start of a bit of a clear out. Now, also they did get rid of Oreo as well, which is good. But I mean, Romero is a good player. I think 47 means a lot of money for him. Gil was 21 plus Lamella. A lot of money. They've gone in. They've got rid of all Alderweireld for 13 million, fourth from 13.5 million. Sissoko for £3 million. Danny Rosa's gone. Gazinga's gone. Obviously Lamella's gone. I think they've had a bit of a... I've put them down. What did I put them down for? For a B-, because part of the reason is they kept... Hey, Ken's gone for it as well. Because they kept Kane. If they'd sold Kane, I would have just laughed more than anything. I rank Spurs as grade Spurs, which is the worst grade you can get. Top of the league, in my fairness. They are top of the league, to be honest, at the moment. We are the only who has only one striker at the club. There we go. Southampton have a front three of Adam Armstrong. It's good that you read out the chat. And to be fair, there's most. We're only messing. What we got here? I'm going to give a very generous and open-minded B. There we go. You forgot to Matt. No, because he went to Arsenal. Arsenal bought him. Epic. Arsenal bought him yesterday. I think Spurs are ranked. Yeah, we know what they really ranked. Didn't they get a right back to Emerson? Probably. I don't know. Well, I'm not really fussed about it. You're right. Actually, they did get the right back. They got the. We keep seeing my back screen. They got the guy from. Did that go through? The Barcelona guy they were after. I can't remember. I don't want to spend too much time talking about Tottenham anyway. Let's talk about Watford. Watford. What can we say? Watford. Hughes going. Hughes was quite a good player for them. Craig Dawson going to West Ham for £2 million. That was a shock. I liked Success because I liked his name. I think Troy Deeney going was a big risk because I think he, in terms of what he brings to the team, he's a bastard player. We love a bastard player, and he could do it. He could just do it. They spent a lot of money on Royale. They bought Sissoko, £3 million for Momo. I think that's a great deal. It is about time Watford got a new manager, actually. You're totally right. At least he won't score goals. That's very true still. He is class, but he's untested. Do you know what I mean? And so this is sort of halfway out. But what I like about Watford is they've gone out and got players who have some Premier League pedigree. So, Sissoko, Danny Rose, Josh King. I mean, Fletcher's played in Ashley. He played, for us in the Premier League. I put now as a C plus. It's maybe a B minus. Maybe it's a bit harsh, but I got to W's and I got a bit meh. Rushy hasn't read my comment. Oh, what comment's that, Mo? Mo has had his double vaccination. Well done, congratulations. Good luck to your son. They've had someone's pants down with that 2 million exactly. Was the heart and soul of Watford. I agree. I see, Fo. Told you. Spurs had a hard September. They do. Don't speak too soon. We'll probably be knocked out by Brum. Indeed, yeah. We'll get Birmingham who'll score. Anyway. Spurs are again nothing special. Or maybe he did. Yeah, maybe I put the wrong one in. No, doesn't matter. C plus. That'll do. You get the gist of it. I was probably busy that day. Right, and who's next? Wolves. Can we do West Ham last? Wolves. Yes. Rui Patricia going, the goalkeeper. Always, their number one goalkeeper. Bit of a risk, isn't it? Bit of a risk getting rid of Patricio. Again, nothing really like. I mean, they got Huang, who we were looking at once. They got him on loan. Fair play. Again, just like it's not really like it'd be like meh. If I had to rate Wolves' transfer sort of policy with a sound, it'd be like meh. Do you know what I mean? Meh. Just a bit of a meh. And gone with the same as Ken. You see, we're quite similar, Ken. Yes, C plus. Just don't really. Yeah, I just don't get it. Just it would annoy me. New manager as well. New manager. There's a lot of new managers here, and I said there's a lot of new managers here. And for me, I just don't think that they're just having a proper go with it. Do you know what I mean? Just having a proper go with it. But that's just me moaning. Right. Can't think of anyone else to talk about. No, I don't think there's anyone else to talk about, really. Was not the best idea. I don't think it was. I don't rate Jose Sarr losing Patricio was a mistake. I totally agree. Yeah. The Wolves are in trouble. Could be. Can't think of anyone else to talk about, actually. Is there anyone else on my sheet? No. Oh, hang on. There's a little club in East London. Not a little club. We're massive. So. West Ham United. I think this was probably, you look at Moyes' transfer windows. You look at Moyes' transfer windows. You look at the whole Bowen Souček thing in that January when he came in. That was a good transfer window. The summer was okay. It wasn't actually okay. Do you remember? It wasn't great at all, really. We'd sold Diangana. I know Xander's on, but I didn't put him on there because it was like Xander hasn't really, he's been ill and he hasn't really played much. So for me, I mean that is a bloody good transfer window. Bloody good transfer window for us. It shows that we've got lots of we've got something for the first team. We've got some proper first teamers who can come in straight away and challenge for first team places. We've got some good young players coming in as well. We've got rid of some of the gaff as well. As much as we needed the senior players, the youth side, they do, mate. Stell's happy because Stell likes the youngsters, the young players, and he's spoken a lot about them. Daniel has gone from an A minus, B minus. Lingard striker left back missing. Right, now here's the thing, Ken, about Lingard. Vlasic it was one or the other, wasn't it? It was Vlasic or Lingard. Now Lingard's 28, 29. Yeah, he might have spent maybe another 15 million. Maybe Lingard get Lingard for 20 million. Vlasic is 23, 35 million. Sell on value. And if Lingard really wanted to come to us, he would have come to us. I think there would have been, at the end of the day, Lingard's got an opportunity to play with Cristiano Ronaldo in the twilight of his career. Again, I think it's his club. I think Vlasic, he comes across really well. He did a little Zoom interview the other day on the West Ham YouTube channel, so check that out. It was really, really good. And I think what we've got here. We've got A-, we've got B+, A. We're the left back and striker. Sad to see Balbuena go. Yeah, I was. B-, so potential, not needed. Klasic will do for goals. I don't think a left back is needed. I'll be honest. Gonna love the thighs. We have Johnson that fills in at left back, and we have Bowen and Vlasic. See, still, we're on the same page. Was a good team member. He was a good team member. A+, Lingard in January to maximise his income, loyalty payments for it, and a signing on fee. Maybe. Our big name's not sure we're going to miss Lingard. I'm on the same page as you, Danielle. I'm going to give a positive B+. 2 positions of concern, left back and striker. So last year we didn't have a striker. Finished 6th. Season 4 then we didn't have a striker. Not much. We stood up. We stayed up. I think it's not about. We should know by now that David Moyes is not going to buy an out-and-out striker. You look now. There's very few teams, with the except. That's why I think that's why I put Man City down a little bit, because they haven't got an out-and-out striker now in their squad. Chelsea have gone out and spent big money on a striker, and that's gonna completely transform their season. For me, I think the way Moyes plays, it's not about having a big and I think Dan said it before. You need and Matt as well. You need a player who's gonna give you what Antonio gives you, and I don't think there's many out there. You see Wolves. Look how Wolves are playing now. They're playing with Traore up front. What a fucking surprise. We've been doing it all season. So I actually put them down as an A-. And the reason I put the A- is the left back is a slight concern for me. A slight. That much. We've got cover. Do you know what I mean? We have a lot of cover. I think Stell's put in the chat. Where is it? I can't remember. He says something about it. That's it. He got Johnson Fields at left back, Bowen, Vlasic. We've got, let's say if he, obviously he got injured the other day, but by all accounts he's okay. We've got, Longello. We've got loads of those youngsters. The boy Ashby. He's love the boy Ashby, and I think there's something for everyone. And I said it yesterday on the stream, on our 6-hour stream yesterday. The one side, obviously Vlasic really excites me, and I think in the chat a lot of people are saying I think he's going to surprise the Premier League. I think he is. I think Zuma is that missing, and every signing that Moyes has made in this transfer window, it's been an improvement on the first team squad. And it's something that I think a lot of people said, a lot of the ITKs said that he was only going to buy players who were going to improve the squad. Well, you look at who he's bought, they've all improved. They've improved the first team, let alone the squad. Vlasic gives us options, which we haven't had. We haven't had options on the bench before. Well, Saturday, prime example, we did have an option on the bench. Now we've got an option. If Vlasic plays and Bowen's on the bench, bring Bowen on with Shearer, or vice versa. Zuma, he comes in for Craig Dawson and gives you that pace which you'll need against, particularly if he comes in with Southampton. Armstrong and Che Adams, very, very quick players. Adam Armstrongs. Areola, I think, is the one that I'm most excited about from a project perspective. Very often West Ham have been in a situation where we've been reactive. Okay, this summer we need this player. Next year, who's going? Okay, we need to replace him and da-da-da-da. That Areola deal, that one right there, shows a change in mentality and a change in the way that we do and deal with transfers. That position isn't a position that we really needed, realistically, to look at this season. We didn't. Fabianski, he signed a 1-year extension. He's leaving in the summer. Maybe next summer we look for a goalkeeper. But by going for the loan with obligation to buy, it means we've solved our goalkeeper problem for 5-6 years at least. He's 28. Fabianski's 36, 37, isn't he? Could be 10, could be 8 years. He's got a year to blood himself into the team. He's got a year to compete with Fabianski, playing whether it's Europa League games or the Cup games or the League games, whatever. He'll be playing. He'll make 15 or so appearances this season at least, I think. And then next season, Fabianski's gone. It's not going to be a change of the guard, and then we'll have this sort of resettling period of trying to find a goalkeeper. And we know how critical a goalkeeper is to West Ham. Roberto, it lost Pellegrini's job, that one position. And the fact that Zuma is best mates with Areola as well, that is not a coincidence, in my view. That is not a coincidence. And Kral coming in, that for me is great as well. Because he's going to give us that difference. And Okaflex is, honestly, the boy is mustard. The boy is exciting. He's a guy who's going to get you off your chair. He, as I said, I've watched him a few times now, the under-23s. He has got a real swagger about him. When the ball comes to him, he doesn't just cushion it. He Rabona cushions it and stuff like that. I think he's great. All killer, no filler. Exactly. Do you have to wait for Antonio to have a son? Sounds good. The days of the strike are coming to a far. Still, look at all the teams apart from Lukaku. I'd say if you look at Danny Ings. Danny Ings is not a striker anymore. He sort of plays more as a front forward. Liverpool, they haven't got a striker as such. Arsenal don't really play with a striker as such. They put Aubameyang when he plays on the wing and Villa, maybe Watkins potentially. City, they're not playing for a striker this season. Arguably the best team in the country aren't playing for a striker this season. They let Aguero go. You go for the team. Tottenham, Harry Kane is the whole having to have that striker. It's a bit of it's coming to an end. You don't get Tony Cottis anymore. You don't get the fox in the box. They're a link-up player. They're a player, the Jermaine Defoe's, Tony Cottis, Hernandez, those small guys who are going to score 20 goals, but all inside the 18-yard box. You're not going to get them anymore now. The game's moved on, and we know it, I think. What we got? Let's go for some comments, and then I'm going to go to bed. Simple. Has gone on. I don't know if he went on loan, actually. I don't know if he went on loan or not, but anyway, we can have to see. Embarrassing out 4 million. Well, it's what it is. You look at some of the other players, it's like, I think to get any money out of him is good. Looks quicker than Benny, possibly better player. Yarma's going to get more minutes this season. Not sure it's a good thing. Well, we'll see what happens in it. Has got pace. He's not, so that's off. No, he plays as a. He plays a 10, doesn't he? He plays a false 9. Agreed on Areola. Thank you. Oh, Thogden, how you doing, my friend? How you doing, big man? Good to see you. Obviously, everyone knows Thogden. Thogden, I'm trying to get your dad to come and do a show. Or you. Or actually, yeah, because I don't want to do a West Ham and Bolton show. So give it a lot, give us a shout. DJ Russ TV. You know how to go, Thogden. I'd be delighted if kids get a chance, Russ. No, I hope so. Hit that bell icon. They still have Jesus. I forgot that. Yeah, okay. Shout Russ. He's a striker. We won't get fleeced with half decent striker. Exactly, because we'll need a strike. If we didn't, then everyone knows. Oh, you haven't got Fabianski. Okay, well that's £15 million on the thing. But anyway. Look out for Okaflex and Neves. Yeah, I agree. Good luck to Lingard. Thanks for the goals. No hard things. Might see you again. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Right. Respect to Lingard for putting his family first, not moving away. It's all for the money, that happy Emirate. He gets his loyalty bonuses. Pay 24 million. We got Areola on loan, massive lows. And I think we're going to pay about 20 million, isn't it? Something like 20, 25. After that, don't mind comments, but not insults. There we go. Really. Let's hope he doesn't make a tit of himself when he plays. Just joking. Hey, boom, 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 Ken. It's all with loving your work, my friend. Right. Let's have a quick go for some of the comments. Liverpool have. He's not a striker, though. Yeah, a striker. What about Trots? Won't he have a chance in the main spot? I don't think so. I don't think so. He's not having a good time, is he? In Serie League 2. Is it League 2? Are they in League 2? I think. I think in Nang. I think next season the goalkeeper, I think the goalkeepers that are starting this squad this season will be completely different next season, apart from Mariota. Because I think you'll have Nang will be in that group. Maybe Trot. I think they'll get another goalkeeper in. I think Martin will be out. I think Randolph will move on. Fabianski will move on, obviously. So it's starting. It's, rather than having that complete change next year, we've got a little bit of a step change. It makes things a lot easier. Rob starts today, doesn't he? I think it starts today. Weren't happy to see I think one Obi-Wan Flex go indeed. Revolution process rather than evolution. I think and that's what I mean. For too long, we've had a lot of bullshit about projects, but it's reactive. It's like I remember the Bilic era where he brought loads of players in, and they were just like all filler, no killer. Do you know? He was the opposite to Toby's. Whereas this year, and even last, it seems that there's a process working in the team, and there seems to be a project. And to be honest, it's the first project I can think of, maybe since Pards, maybe Allardyce, because Allardyce, love him or hate him, he put a team together, a squad together to do a job, and it did the job. Pards was the same. He needed to put a squad together to get into the Premier League and then to survive in the Premier League. Same with Pardew. Same with Allardyce, rather. You think after that, we lost our way a little bit. Bilic, no. There wasn't any apart from passes to Payet. Pellegrini was the same, just by players. It didn't work, and so I think it's the first time for a long time we've had something in play. We were lucky anyone was willing to sign that and to the tour. Indeed, is that the real Frogdom? Yeah, I'd imagine so. You don't know who turns up in these streams, before. That's why you need to hit the like button and come on. We're gonna have loads of over the next week or so, next few weeks. We're gonna have loads of random guests come on. Maybe even on my lunch shows. Might get turn up and I won't say who, but you might get so yes, well. Let's hope Varies Venus. Now Sharina. That's what you want. The combat, yeah, be brilliant. Isn't Ariel from Nepal? I believe there is. He's Nepalese. He's obviously French international, but I believe he may be from also Nepal. I just got that. Well done. But I thought he was from. He had some descendancy from Asia somewhere. So I did read it somewhere, but I didn't realize Nepal. You're bloody idiot, Budden. It's 10:30. I'm tired. Let's hope we don't get many injuries. Same as every club, innit? Same as every club. Last year we did well, and I think we were fortunate because we didn't get injuries. I think the teams that don't get injuries do well. Liverpool, they didn't when they had loads of injuries, didn't do well, and then when they didn't have injuries, they did well. It's easy. Is the future. We sell to Leewell and T2. Jermaine is the last of a dying breed. He sniffs and plays. Yep, totally agree. What is going on with Vincent Reid? I have no idea. Alain Leblanc. Lingard is career is in the mud now. I got so hyped when we brought in Hart and Saturn. Look back and feel like everything is different under Moyes. It is. Don't forget Project Pellegrini. We don't only 14 likes. Ah, well. If you want to like it. If you don't. Kent Hammers, he was always one of the Partsbook players and how allegedly. There seems to be togetherness in the squad carrying over from last year. There does seem to be a really good factor with the screen because they still did a little walk on the pitch. A lot of people don't, because I'm there obviously at like stupid o'clock before a game, hour and a half before the game, before the doors open, and even before then, it was an hour and a half before the game. All the team come out, all the squad in their trackies, and go for a lovely walk around the pitch, all jostling with each other. Nolan's getting in, a few ribs, Piercy and Billy McGinley, and it's really nice to see. And I've never seen that happen before. Anderson played brilliant for that. It's 6-1. There we go. The difference between Moyes is he builds a team, not just filling with bums on the beach. Nice. 174 likes. That's better. Triple H. It's all about the game and how you play. Always take requests. within reason. Sideshow Bob. Right, let's go for a few of them. We'll go to bed. Philippines, that's it. Yep. Trying to recover from that one. I know, I'm such a mug. I mean, we don't get injuries when Haller was playing. Yeah. Yes, Peach in the house. 77 likes. I don't know, did he? But if you don't like it, I'm coming after you. There we go. People like Drama Russ, you need to start moaning. No. GP, you'll find out I'm just one of these guys. I'm like a swan. Just like, well, like a swan, no, because swans are like that underneath. But if a swan was just like laid back all the way, well, it wouldn't be laid, it'd drown. I'm like a surf, I don't know. I just go over the waves. Do you know what I mean? Don't get involved. Let them carry on. What we got here? One of the 14 takes 3 seconds. It takes 3 seconds to click the like button. Nice. Cheers, Jeremy. Yeah, we'll be back here 12:30 tomorrow. If you like the show, if you're new around here, -6. What is that? What I'm giving? Is that what -6? I'm better than Anton. Thanks. Is your super mug in the post? Also that A- from Andy. I used to like you. Unbelievable. Yeah, smooth. Well, we know about the Dolphins' beak, and soon, you know, I'm looking forward to the Manscaped. I listened to Sean's podcast today, on More Than Just a Podcast, and I'm not going to be doing a live demonstration on how to use the Manscaped lawnmower 4.0. Crossed hammers in my. No, it's not happening. I can't. He's like a Dolphins beat down there. To be honest, it's good stuff. But yeah, we'll be doing all the. I've got some ball deodorant and all that stuff. But anyway, so yeah, 12:30 tomorrow we'll be here. Kent knows. It's quiz day tomorrow, 12:30. Join us. Little quiz. Bit different. That's what we do on a 12:30 on a Thursday. We have a quiz every lunchtime at 12:30, and it's a bit of fun. But if you're going to join us, as a little, not word of warning, but what we should do is watch the YouTube. I sound like an old person there. Watch YouTube on like the telly or your mobile or whatever, and do the quiz on another device like that. Makes it a lot easier. That's all I'm saying. Nice try. No. Nice one, Russ. That was hilarious. Well, Stell's going to be giggling to himself all the way to Digitas. Yeah, Digitas in Switzerland on tomorrow. So probably won't see Stell ever again. Manscaped. Yeah, I've got like the Manscaped lawnmower, and please don't shave the head. You've got to join the clan. You've got to join me and Anton. Join the brothers. You know, the Mitchell brothers. Join Right Said Fred. We could do a proper tribute act if Stell did his head as well. So yeah, if I would win, that it wasn't at work. Yeah, whatever. Happy. A lot of it's going to be multiple choice. So true or false. So you'll be happy. I don't know. I hope West Ham. Yeah, we probably got your details, Dave. We'll get Anton. Anton's going to send your mugs out. As I said, that keep an eye out. Might be small merch. Lack of homework this week and last. Well, I was away last week, James. So we'll be doing homework. For those of you, what we try and do on a. We'll have to. I might give you homework tomorrow for Friday, James. But what we do is we give you guys some homework to do for the lunchtime shows. I might do it Monday for Tuesday, and we put together a fun 11, usually like a West Ham car 11 or a West Ham beach 11. I said beach, or a West Ham pub 11, and you come up with players or crisps 11, like Jimmy Walker's, that type of thing. All fun and games. I'm glad everyone's had a great show. What happened to that one? Was it? Russ PNG. It's like no, he's not. Thanks for the match day plug. We'll be plugging it all week, mate. Don't the fastest cheats win. Well, fastest fingers. A+ for me. It's good. No way am I doing my head in. Yeah, Dan as well. All gonna be done. All part. I mean, Matt's there already, isn't he? Yeah, I can't see. Wouldn't see Luke. Maybe we get Jake to do it as well. Yeah, Duke's got a shaven head. Nicky's got a shaven head. Gonzo's got a shaven head. There's a lack of hair on West Ham YouTube, isn't there? Still can keep his hair. Grant Billy Mitchell. You've been taught by St. Russ. I can tell. I'm the master. Any Minge chocolate? Yeah, got some here tonight. We all like a bit of a late night nibble. Keep it cold. Keep it in the fridge. No one likes warm minge. No one likes a bit of warm minge. We keep it nice and cold. Little nibble. And you know, if any ladies want fancy little nibble of the minge, you know, that's each their own. Maybe a nice little cup of tea. No, I'm not. I'm shaving my. No way, I'm shaving my head. Well, I'm glad everyone had a lovely show. I had a great show. My head is definitely outgrowing the hair. Fair play. Is the guitarist? No one knows. But the guitarist, he was bald. No, he weren't. No, the guitar. So you had So you had him, singer, deeply about your Spanish eyes. Then you had the guitarist was bald, but one of them had hair, didn't it? Let's as with all these shows, it's taken a bit of a turn. Right, said Fred. What's the one on? Yes, it wasn't the guitarist. It wasn't the guitarist because the guitarist he had hair. I don't know what instrument he played. Let me show you. Anton, yeah, because look, he's yeah. Let me do this. Let me just bring this on here. It'll be easier. I never thought the stream would go into talking about Right Said Fred, but that's the way they work. Look, see, the guitarist, he was a singer. The guitarist, him. What's going on with that? Look, that's the better one. It's taking a turn. It's taking a turn. But anyway, good night, everyone. Hope you're having a good fun night, Daniela. Night Hammer. Everyone's going. Gonzo's hunky, or is he? We lost a ton of money on that. Oh, we talking about football again? Nah. Keep the engine in the garage. I always do. The best way to go. Just calling for us. My name is also Russ. I live in born in East Ham, Papua New Guinea. Fantastic. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. How? Come on again and tell us why you're in Papua New Guinea. I'm fascinated. It's the best way to go. Keep your minge in the garage. Have a light though. Thank you very much, G Wong. Thank you very much. Have yourself some toddies. Have you got yourself some jelly? No, I haven't. I'll tell you what I do have. A big box of potatoes, which I'm trying to get my way through. I'm doing okay. Cheers. Been on the phone doing the new address calls. Too sexy for a shirt. Bass player was bald. No, it wasn't. Look, I'll tell you why. Look, that's a 6-string guitar. I play the guitar. That is not a bass, my friend. That is not a bass. That is a 6-string guitar. Too sexy for my shirt. They had a tune, didn't they? They had a bit of a tune, didn't they? Right, said Fred. Obviously, too sexy for my shirt. Deeply dippy. That's probably actually. They had 2 tunes. I was listening to Where We're At the other day. They had some tunes, didn't they? I'm doing okay. Cheers, Fo. Been on the photo. Sorry. Alex Kroll's dead. Dad. Yeah, it could have been. It could have been Alex Kroll's dead. Brilliant. I love it. Hit the like button. Have it. Oh, yeah. Papa Booper D up. Yep. I came as a volunteer 25 years ago. Fantastic. Potatoes are Irish crisps by Sea West Ham every year when I go home. Good luck to you, son. Let us know when you're down again, mate. Let us know when you're down and come to Supporters Club. And yeah, it'll be good fun. Chester won the 32 million in the green. Mental, isn't it? Mental. That's since the guy with hair left. I need some dark minge. It's nice. It's milk. It's milk chocolate minge. Yo everyone. By the way, new Chew It range. Shock horror mic drop. Anyway, I'm gonna go because I need to get some sleep because I'll be back at 12:30. I've got to do the quiz. Got to get a quiz. I'll get up. Got to take this Flo's first day at school. Back at school tomorrow. Oh, so that's gonna be a nightmare. Then I'll come back. Got to do some work. Got to do the quiz. It's all go. I've got interview Alan Dickens tomorrow night. I had a West Ham legend around here for a cup of tea today to talk about a project, which was good. So it's all exciting times. I don't want your mind. There we go. Try harder. Poor efforts, Thomas. There we go. Do you like the band? No. Nice try. Thanks, Russ. I will certainly be there as soon as Flyme comes easy. Good to see. Maybe the Franton turns up. because Anton still hasn't been in this season. But anyway, take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Don't forget to get your jab appointments. I'm going now. I'm going to check on Chef. But anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow, 12:30 for the quiz. Please join us if you can. It's a bit of a fun, and we have a bit of a giggle anyway. So, ball minge is better. Time for bed. Oh yeah, God, yeah, exactly. Flo's back at school indeed. Good night, all. Oh, you're joking. No, I'm done, man. Hour and a half, hour and 35 minutes. Anyway, I'll pop on tomorrow. You will do check on Chef. Good trees, Dave. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Cover you irons, and I'll see you again tomorrow, 12:30, for a week without Stell. Hashtag if you see Stell in the airport, take a picture. Hashtag Stelfin. Love ya.